What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the FPL video. My name is Mo, and today I'll be going through my team selection for game week 14. First of all, I'd like to apologise that we didn't do a knee-jerk reaction for last night due to the fact that my voice wasn't perfect whatsoever. So I do apologise we didn't do one, but I'm back with a team selection video for you guys today to go through what I'm selecting for game week 14, what my plans are, and what the surprise is in terms of my new tactics. So we'll go through all of that, review game week 13, how well it went, what didn't go so well, and what I'm looking for in the next couple of game weeks. But before we do all of that, if you guys haven't liked the video so far, give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the FPL subscribe button to join the FPL INKLING family and be part of our family in the coming future. So let's get stuck in and let's see how I did in game week 13. So I got 47 points out of the game week, which the average was 44. So my game week rank has indeed improved. This is the third week in a row that I've had a green arrow. I went from 1.928 to 1.909. So gone up. Not by too much, but a green arrow is a green arrow. It could have been a lot better, and we'll discuss how it got affected in terms of what I achieved and what I potentially could have got if things had gone my way. So let's start off with the City defence. So Edison in goal, Diaz and Cancelo. What a goal by Lanzini, 25-yard hit. Unlucky, 93rd minute. If I'd got that clean sheet, that would have been an additional 15 points from these three players, and I would have got the impressive 60 plus points, and that would have been another green arrow, a bigger green arrow for me, third week in a row. So I would have been around, I reckon, 1.7. Cost me nearly 200,000 spaces, that one goal, but I'm dejected, but not too upset in terms of having these three, because I think they have paid me well in the last couple of game weeks and almost did again. And I think over the next, I'd say 5 to 6 game weeks, I don't see a reason why not, with the fixtures they have lined up, that they can't get me the returns that I'm expecting. So unlucky against West Ham, bit of a just, lucky goal last minute, a great goal, but it cost me 15 points in terms of FPL for this game week. But let's look at Reece James from Manchester United. 1 point at home, got a yellow card in the second half. Conceded a goal, which Sancho scored. I was actually expecting Rashford to score, if anyone was to score, from Manchester United. But hey, Reece James had a few good crosses, a few good chances to have a shot on goal, but wasn't too successful. So we just have to, take the hit this week. He didn't get any returns, but boy, he's getting into good positions. And we have to continue to back him. So defensively, those 4 out of the 5 that I was banking on didn't really give me the returns, but if they had done, it could have been a lot different in terms of my overall week score. And then we have Trent, good old Trent, got an assist again with a clean sheet. 9 points, impressive. He's going pillar to pillar. He's going toe to toe in terms of, points and contributions by a player. Obviously, he's a different defensive player compared to Salah, who's midfielder. But boy, he's looking good. I'm so glad that I brought him back in when I did, because I definitely would have regretted it like 7 weeks ago when I did take him out for that 1 week where he did get injured before the international break. But boy, he's doing well. There's no intentions for me to take him out. For me, it's been a wise move to back defenders, and they have been paying me rewards week in, week out. But this week, it's a shame. The last minute goal from Lanzini kind of, disappointed me in terms of my back line, but I'm still going to stick to the 3 at the back for City. And I was glad that Diaz got his place back in the squad at centre-back after being rested last week. Now let's move on to the midfield. Not much really to write home about. Salah got his assist, 12 points for the game week itself. Clean sheet point as well, so 12 points, good safe bank. Maybe going Vardy would have been a better decision, but obviously with what's gone on previous weeks, it would have been definitely a brave call for me to do that. But 12 points for Salah. Again, played really well, had some really good opportunities to score as well. But I'll take the 12 points. Again, got me a reward against Southampton, who conceded 4. Could have been a lot more. Could have been a lot more points for Salah as well. Sorry about that, guys. But if my voice isn't too clear, again, it's a bit husky. It's due to the fact that the tonsillitis still hasn't fully recovered, so apologies once again. So Salah again got me 12 points, double-digit return. I'll take that. It boosted my result as a score again in a week. Rafinha, 3 points. Didn't really get a clear-cut chance. Had a few free kicks here and there. Very lucky not to concede, Leeds were. I'm still going to back him because he does take free kicks, gets into good positions. I have no intentions of taking him out as we speak at the moment, unless things change in the future. Even players like Bowen, Ben Rama getting rotated for West Ham. So again, if I'd gone down that direction, it probably wouldn't have reached me that many rewards. But Rafinha in my squad, I feel a bit more happier knowing that he's there rather than if he was not. Unlucky Leeds, they've got some tough fixtures coming up from game week 15, where I may look to get him taken out. But we'll have to, obviously, game 15, I think, or 16, where they go on that really tough run. But we'll have to work it out from there. For now, he's staying, and he's a vital part of the Leeds team if they are going to stay up this season. And then we had Wilfred Zaha. Again, unlucky, just had a shade past the post in the first 3 minutes after taking a shot. Got booking in the first half. Got a point, unlucky not to score during the game as well. They lost 2-1, got a goal back in the 95th minute, I believe it was. But, Zaha, 2 games now that he's blanked, but he got 2 goals in the 2 games before that. So he will come good. He gets into good positions. He's just not, had the luck in terms of FPL in itself. Am I looking to get rid of him? Not at the moment. I do back him, and I will continue to back him for the next couple of game weeks. Now we're moving on to Wilson. Keller Wilson, had a disappointing game. Had that one chance through on goal with Gabriel. Was a tussle. Was it a penalty or was it not a penalty? I'm going to say as an FPL manager, I thought it was. But other than that, he didn't really stand out much during the game itself. So for me, Wilson disappointing. Back-to-back 4 games, no returns. Yes, I know he's got Norwich and Burnley next 2 game weeks, but he's also on 4 yellow cards as well. So he's 1 booking away from being suspended. Now I know, the bottom squad, they haven't won so far this season. For me, I think I've run out of my patience with him. I'm looking for a new plan. So you'll see, who I take him out for and who will be coming in and what my new plans will be. So this is the moment that I do move away from Wilson, and it may come back to bite me. He may go on a scoring run now, but I backed him for 4 weeks and he didn't return much to me, and I haven't seen much from him to kind of assure me that he's going to come back with a bang. But saying that, that's my luck. I take him out and he bangs out 2 or 3 goals in the next 2 games. So Wilson, for now, you have disappointed me. I've backed you, but you just haven't got any returns for me. Now, on the other hand, I have backed Vardy, and finally, after game 5, out of 5 that I've owned him, he got me 2 goals for 2 bonus points, and he got me 12 points respectively. Now, that was useful. I mean, obviously, unfortunately, Kane didn't play due to Tottenham's game being cancelled against Burnley, so that was a huge hit for most FPL managers, especially if they doubled up on Son, or maybe even tripled up with Reguilon and Son and Kane as well. But for me, I had no Spurs player, but Vardy did come good. His fixtures look good. As I said to you guys in my last couple of videos, in my streams, I have no intention of getting rid of this guy. I'm not going to go on that whole Kane till game week 16 and Ronaldo from 16 onwards. Vardy's here to stay. God forbid if there's an injury or he goes out of favour, then I may consider other options. But for now, if he's fit and he's playing, regardless of his form, he will be in my squad. But he scored 2 goals now. And is this a time where he goes on that mad run again? Because he does have those phases and he's known for that in the FPL community. So I will back him for now. And he does have some really good fixtures coming up as well. Antonio. 4 game weeks in a row. And I thought if West Ham were going to score, I wanted it to be him. So at least I felt some kind of happiness knowing that I've got a player that scored and it cost 3 clean sheet bonuses for my players. But he didn't score again. A bit disappointed. Am I losing patience with him? Not yet. I'm slightly getting frustrated, but I'm still going to back him over the next couple of game weeks. So I've lost patience with Wilson. But Antonio is one of those that I'd rather have him in my squad than not to have him. That would be a lot more painful. But for me, it's disappointing. If Vardy hadn't come through today, again, that would have been 5 games for me where I had no returns from my attackers. You've got players like Tony getting returns, Jimenez. These players are playing well up front. So it's quite disappointing to see, the fact that I've got 3 strikers and none of them played well, unless Vardy came good this game week, which he did. So Antonio disappointing again. Difficult game at Man City. It will get easier for them in a couple of game weeks' time. And I think, if he stays fit, touch wood, there's a lot of points for us to really target for him over the next couple of game weeks. So that was my game week score for this game week in game week 13. 47 above average, a green arrow, Yes, I'd take that. Could it have been more fruitful? Most certainly. But we have to look onwards and we have to look forwards. And we've made 2 changes for next game week. So I had 2 transfers that I could use. I have decided to take them on board now. And I've gone back to an old strategy which I started with. And I'll go through exactly what I've done for game week 14. So here is my squad for game week 14. So as you guys can see, we're back to the 5 at the back formation, or the arrow formation, whichever people like to call, but we'll go through it all one by one. So the 2 changes that I've made is Rudiger has come in for Livramento. So I've doubled up on Chelsea defenders, tripled up on City defenders / goalkeeper, and I have Trent in my defence as well. So a premium defence. Now I've taken out Wilson from my attack and I've brought in Josh King. So Josh King has scored recently against Manchester United. He's on penalties as well, scored the penalty against Leicester. So he's a good bench enabler to have to come on if anyone is rested or is injured and is not fit to play. In terms of my bench, I finally have all 3 players that I look to get most minutes on. Gilmour has got minutes under Dean Smith so far. I may look to, upgrade him to maybe like a Bissouma. I do have 0.1 mil in the bank, or maybe Douglas Luiz. But that's something that I can look for in the future. But at the moment, I'm pretty content with the team I have. And let's go through what players I have and which teams they're playing in this game week. The SLA, the kind of turnover for this game week from 13 to 14 is less than 48 hours after the last game of this game week finished, which was Chelsea-Manchester United. So we have to be very, very active to make sure we get these done quickly and that we choose our captaincies correctly and effectively before the deadline. The deadline is 6 o'clock on Tuesday, so please make sure you guys get your team submitted before the first kickoff. So let's go through from the goalkeeper. So we've got Edison in goal. They're playing Aston Villa along with Cancelo and Diaz. They're away at Villa Park against Steven Gerrard. They've played well. They got a good result against Crystal Palace. Against Man City, I think they should be comfortable. And I think they should be good enough to keep a clean sheet even at Villa Park as well, where goals haven't been that fruitful this season, to be completely honest. But there will be a challenge from obviously Ollie Watkins. There are going to be some players from Aston Villa who look to prove a point. But generally, I think they should be strong enough to keep a clean sheet that evening. And then we've got Chelsea, who are playing Watford away. So Watford got that extremely brilliant result against Manchester United, where they won 4-2 at home a couple of weeks ago, which got Ollie the sack. Watford lost 4-2. Could have been closer if they finished some of their chances against Leicester in this last game week. So I think it's like 3 games in a row or 4 games that Watford are, their game has been part of 4 goals or more, which is ridiculous. So I'm expecting some goals there. I'm expecting a clean sheet potentially from Chelsea as well. So for me, if Chelsea and City return clean sheets, it will be a great game week. If they could get me a few returns in there as well, that will be absolutely amazing in terms of a start for this game week. And then I've got Trent, who's playing Everton away. Everton have lost 5 out of their last 7 games in the Premier League, and they're still without Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, obviously Sigurdsson since the start of the season. So they're losing some big players. I expect it to be a comfortable game for Liverpool. It's a derby. I know you should never call it beforehand, but I think they should be comfortable and they should be able to keep a clean sheet. Considering they don't have Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin in their front line. And there are other players like Tamari Gray, Decore, and Townsend, I believe, have been quite disappointing in the last 5 to 6 game weeks. So unless they turn up and they get a really freakish result, I think Liverpool should be comfortable in this derby. Staying on Liverpool, I've got Salah away. I've kept the captaincy on him. It's so debatable for me to potentially go for Vardy, who's hit a bit of form, but Southampton away. Sorry. So for me, I think I'll leave it on Salah for now. He's not disappointed. He's not had a game week where he's not returned. So we'll leave it on Salah for this game week as well. Rafinha, Crystal Palace at home. So Leeds will always play like Leeds. They'll always go expansive. They'll challenge them, which should give a really good opportunity for someone like Zaha to really hit them on the break. So I've got 2 of them in my squad. So for that game, I'll be watching closely. I hope there's loads of goals and they contribute in goals either side for the game. So those 2 are my midfielders, which gives me 3 midfielders in my midfield. My two strikers, vice captain is Jamie Vardy. He's been playing Southampton, who lost 4-0, and Vardy, who got 2 goals in the last game week. So it looks like he's coming back in a bit of form. Exactly what Vardy owners wanted, like myself. Can he come through and get some more returns? He's got some good fixtures coming up. I do honestly believe this is the start of something special, so I hope that he can come across. He might not even play the full game, to be fair, because he's played on Sunday. Might not get a game midweek, might get like coming off the bench as well, but I hope he gets a full game. That's why I've got someone like Josh King on the bench who should be able to come on and take some minutes if he doesn't get any minutes on there. And then we've got Antonio against Brighton at home. Now, Brighton have been splendid this season. For me, they've been, along with West Ham, two of the overachievers so far. And Antonio has been quite quiet for the last couple of game weeks. Got 40 points in his first 3 games, and since then has been quite quiet. Hasn't had a big game week. So I'm hoping against hope that he does come good and he can get me some returns this game week against Brighton. So that, guys, is my team and my squad for game week 14. Let me know what your thoughts are. Are you shocked that I've gone back to the 5 at the back? Do you like the change? Do you like the team? Let me know what your thoughts are. Are there any players on here that you're looking at, that you're considering, you're not sure? Have I made it easier for you? Let me know. Are there any players I haven't discussed that you're looking to get rid of or you're looking to bring in? Please let me know in the comments section and I'll be there to help you guys out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I apologise for my voice once again. It hasn't been the most clearest of voice, but trust me, I've been battling this tonsillitis for a couple of weeks now. But fingers crossed it's getting easier, and hopefully I can get back to doing my streams as usual. If you guys haven't joined the league, pop that league code in, be part of the FPL INKLING League. If you haven't hit the like button, hit us a like if you like the video. If you haven't subscribed to FPL INKLING yet, let's not waste any time, guys. Hit that subscribe button and be part of the FPL INKLING family if you like the content which you see. Best of luck sorry for this game week. Take care, and I'll see you guys soon.